Level 1, the freelancer. You are 22 years old. You just graduated from a mediocre film school. You live on instant noodles and freelance gigs that barely cover your rent. You get an email from a production coordinator. They need a camera operator for the summer of 2022. The location is not Los Angeles. It is not New York. It is Greenville, North Carolina. You have no idea why a major production is shooting in a quiet southern town, but you are completely broke, so you drive there. You pull up to a massive, unmarked warehouse complex. You walk into the production office. The very first thing they hand you is a non-disclosure agreement. It is thicker than a movie script. The legal jargon is aggressive. It states that if you leak a single detail, a single photograph, or a single result before a video is published, they will sue you into absolute oblivion. You swallow hard and you sign your name on the dotted line. You are assigned to a video titled, "I Hunted 100 People." You are handed a cinema-grade camera. It is a heavy 30-pound rig. You step out onto the set. It is absolute terrifying chaos. 100 strangers are running in every direction, hiding in bizarre custom-built structures. Your director points at a contestant and tells you to follow them. You run. You do not stop running for 8 hours. You crouch in the dirt. You sweat through your clothes. Your shoulder aches, a deep, burning pain from the weight of the rig. At the end of the day, you watch a 20-year-old kid who hid under a pile of trash win tens of thousands of dollars. You are getting paid a standard day rate. The psychological whiplash is immediate. You go back to your cheap motel room and you realize you have just entered an alternate reality. A reality where money is treated like Monopoly cash and human behavior is the main product. Level 2, the endurance shooter. You are 24. You survived the freelance trial. You are now full-time staff. You are part of the machine. The YouTube channel is growing at a terrifying, unprecedented speed. The challenges are no longer just simple games of hide and seek. They are brutal psychological endurance tests. You are assigned to film a last to leave challenge. A group of desperate people standing inside a red circle painted on a concrete floor. The prize is $500,000. Your job is to document their suffering, but nobody on the internet talks about your suffering. You have to stand there with them. You work 12 to 14-hour shifts. The massive studio lights are blinding. The industrial air conditioning struggles against the heat of the equipment. You watch contestants slowly lose their minds. You watch them cry. You watch them hallucinate from sleep deprivation. You hold the camera perfectly steady, framing their tear-stained faces. You are not allowed to talk to them. You are not allowed to comfort them. You are a silent observer, documenting human desperation for the entertainment of millions. You start to feel a strange, creeping desensitization to wealth. Before you took this job, $500 was a massive amount of money to you. Now you watch $1 million in physical bundled cash, sitting in a glass cube every single day. You hear the crisp, distinct sound of $100 bills being thrown into briefcases. But none of it is yours. You are making a solid salary, but you are a working-class ghost, floating in a billionaire's playground. You learn to detach, because if you think about the money too much, it will drive you insane. Level 3, the crossover participant. You are 26. You are no longer just a ghost behind the lens. The creator realizes that the audience likes the crew. They want to see the people behind the camera. You are suddenly pulled into the spotlight. You travel to Slab City, California, a place known as a city with no laws. The crew is spending 24 hours there. A local resident mentions an open mic night. The boss knows your secret. He knows that before you picked up a camera, you used to be a stand-up comedian. He pushes you onto the stage. You stand in front of a crowd of off-the-grid desert dwellers, and you tell jokes. The camera is pointing at you now. You feel the adrenaline. The line between employee and entertainer completely vanishes. You are filming a video where the boss is selling houses for $1 single. Suddenly, the script flips. He turns to you, and another cameraman named Brady. He points at a house. He says you can win the deed to the property right now if you complete a mini challenge. You have to gather 100 pennies in a briefcase. Your brain short circuits. You drop your professional detachment. You are now a desperate contestant. Your strategy is terrible. You run around the neighborhood, frantically asking strangers to exchange dollar bills for pennies. It is slow. It is agonizing. Brady simply walks into a retail store, asks the cashier to exchange a single dollar bill for 100 pennies, and wins the house. You watch your coworker win a piece of real estate in 5 minutes. The loss stings, but the realization is deeper. Your reactions, your failures, and your personality are now part of the product. The fans start learning your name. You lose your anonymity. Level 4, the stuntman. You are 27. The videos are getting exponentially more dangerous. The channel is no longer competing with other YouTubers. It is competing with television networks. And you are forced to become a stuntman. You are terrified of heights. It is a deep, paralyzing phobia. The boss knows this. In this world, your fears are weaponized for content. He looks at you and offers you $20,000 to jump out of a perfectly good airplane and land inside a giant painted triangle on the ground. You are strapped to an instructor. You look at the camera. You look at the ground miles below you. You think about the money. You close your eyes and you jump. You scream the entire way down. You land in the triangle. You survive. In another video, you are tasked with making impossible sports shots. You stand on a massive bridge, looking down at a tiny boat floating on the river below. You have to drop a basketball directly into a hoop on the boat for $10,000. You miss. You try again. Later, you are offered $50,000 to kick a football perfectly into a trash can. You are no longer just filming the circus. You are the acrobat. Then comes the endurance test. You and another cameraman, Timmy, are handed 50 pounds of physical cash, $25,000. You are told you have to carry it while filming the entire video. 8 hours of holding a massive, heavy camera while also holding 50 pounds of dead weight. Your arms go completely numb. Your muscles are screaming. Finally, you are forced into a sumo wrestling circle. The first one to fall loses the money. You are completely exhausted. Your legs give out. You fall. Timmy wins the $25,000. You walk away with nothing but bruises and a viral clip. Level 5, the veteran. You are 28. You are the head cameraman. You are Tariq. You were born in Saudi Arabia. You moved to Winterville, North Carolina. You are a devout Muslim. You do not drink alcohol. You do not eat pork. The boss goes on a massive podcast and tells millions of people that he respects you. Because you don't just preach your faith, you actually follow it. During the holy month of Ramadan, you are fasting. No food, no water, from sunrise to sunset. You are carrying a heavy camera rig, running around a massive set in the brutal North Carolina summer heat, while completely dehydrated. The entire multi-million-dollar production schedule has to be slightly adjusted, just so you do not physically collapse. You earn the absolute respect of everyone in the warehouse. You drive a 2006 Dodge Charger, even though you work for a media empire. You keep yourself grounded. Your loyalty eventually pays off. In a video titled, "If you click this video, I'll give my friend $0.001, the boss attaches your payout to the view count. The video explodes. It hits over 210 million views. You win over $210,000. You do not buy a sports car. You do not buy a mansion. You remember where you came from. You give every single penny of that money to your parents. You are the oldest member of the main crew. You are the father figure. You are the anchor that keeps the chaos tied to reality." Level 6, the record breaker. You are 30, the YouTube videos are no longer enough. The empire is expanding to traditional streaming. Amazon Prime. You are filming Beast Games 2. The scale is absolutely incomprehensible. 200 contestants, split into smart and strong teams. They are competing for $5 million. It is the largest single prize in television history. You are on a set that looks like a Hollywood blockbuster. There are hundreds of crew members, medics, lawyers, and security personnel. The boss admits that sometimes the scale doesn't even feel real to him anymore. The pressure is crushing. The first season broke 44 Guinness World Records. The second season has to be bigger. But amidst the intense, high-stakes filming, you find a moment of absolute absurdity. You are backstage in Greenville. You look at a massive weight rack. You decide you want to get in on the action. A Guinness World Records adjudicator named Will Munford is on set. He stands next to you. He starts his stopwatch. You sprint toward the rack. Your challenge is the fastest time to unload and load a weight rack. You pull the heavy iron plates off the bars, throwing them to the floor with explosive speed. Your lungs are burning. You work your way down the line until the rack is completely empty. Then, you frantically pick them all up, hauling the heavy metal back onto the pegs. You collapse, completely out of breath. "I'm so out of breath," you gasp to the camera. The adjudicator stops the watch. 39.8 seconds. You just broke a Guinness World Record. Not for a video. Not for prize money. Just because you could. You realize that the bizarre high-octane energy of the channel has completely infected your DNA. You cannot just stand still anymore. Level 7, the insider. You are 32. You have seen everything. You have filmed people being buried alive. You have filmed people spending 50 hours in solitary confinement. You have been hunted by actual bounty hunters, running through fields. You have been chased by actors playing the FBI. You are sitting in the editing bay, reviewing the raw footage. You listen to the audio tracks. You hear the crisp sound of your own voice, shouting from behind the lens. You realize that your voice is the soundtrack to an entire generation's childhood. Millions of children know the exact pitch of your laugh. But you also see the dark side. You go online. You read the Reddit AMAs from former freelance cameramen. You see the massive drama unfolding. You watch hours-long expose videos from people like Dogpack404. You see former employees claiming the competitions are rigged. You see the drama channels analyzing every single frame of your footage, looking for evidence of fraud, claiming the company runs illegal lotteries. You read comments from people accusing the channel of capitalizing on desperation. But then, you see the other side. You see people defending the boss, calling out the internet trolls who are desperate to hear something negative about a guy who has helped more people than their entire bloodline. You know the truth is incredibly complicated. You know how hard the crew works off camera. You know the grueling, mind-numbing logistics required to make these massive philanthropic stunts happen safely. But you also know that when you put desperate people in a room with $1 million, the ugly side of human nature always comes out. You have filmed people betraying their best friends for a stack of cash. You have filmed the greed. You have filmed the tears. You know that behind every uplifting 10-minute video, there are hundreds of hours of raw, uncomfortable human desperation that ends up on the cutting room floor. Level 8. The Ghost in the Machine. You are 35. You are standing in the middle of a massive empty warehouse in Greenville. The lights are off. The sets are completely dismantled. Tomorrow, a new set will be built. Tomorrow, more millions will be given away. You look at the heavy camera resting on your desk. It has permanently altered your posture. Your lower back will never be the same. You have dedicated your youth to documenting the most surreal social experiments of the 21st century. You came into this as a normal guy, a comedian, a hospital worker, a freelancer trying to pay his rent. Now, you are a core component of a multi-billion-dollar entertainment machine. You are wealthy, you are famous, but you are still fundamentally a watcher. You look through the viewfinder. The world makes more sense to you when it is framed in a 16:9 aspect ratio. You realize the ultimate truth of your existence. The audience watches the boss, the contestants watch the money, but you watch everyone. You are the invisible god of this artificial universe. You capture the best and the absolute worst of humanity. And you know that as long as the camera is rolling, the game never really ends.